The only way that I want to kick off soup season is with French onion soup. This definitely has to be one of my top favorite soups, and it's actually not as hard to make as you might think. We're going to start with, you guessed it, a lot of onions that I'm going to slice pretty thin. I'm going to melt a stick of butter, which is about a half of a cup, throw in my onions, and then I want to salt these pretty generously to help them sweat down. This whole process, I keep my heat at about medium to medium low, and I do like to cover mine for the first 15 minutes. Here it is after the first 15 minutes. Here they are after 30 minutes. Do not stop here. You need to go more. I've seen recipes that think that's enough. No. Then we've got them after 45 minutes, and here they are after 1 hour. After an hour, or when they're looking fairly brown like this, I'm going to add in some minced garlic and let it go for another 10 minutes. Don't you just love how all of those onions cook down into almost nothing? Once we're finally here, I'm going to add 1 cup of white wine and cook that for about 15 minutes or until most of the liquid is gone and this is very jammy. Next, I sprinkle in a heaping tablespoon of all-purpose flour, cook it out for a couple of minutes, and now I'm going to add 6 cups of beef broth. I'm also throwing in a couple of bay leaves, some W sauce, about a tablespoon, and then some thyme. Then I like to cover this and let it simmer for about half an hour. Don't forget to remove those bay leaves, and that part is done. Here I'm rubbing the cut side of a garlic clove over some toasted bread, and now we can assemble. To an oven-safe dish, I'm adding in my soup, then the bread goes on top, followed by lots of cheese. I'm using Gruyere and mozzarella. Broil until that cheese is nice and melted, and enjoy. This was such a treat.